It's a real pleasure to be here with you guys to introduce KLEOS, our company. And particularly it's interesting to present you KLEOS in the context of this topic of the panel, that is financial freedom. What is really financial freedom? A lot of great thinkers, historian, economists talk about that in the 19th century, in the 20th century, like Friedman, like Jefferson. And the myth of financial freedom actually was sold by the traditional finance, but in reality, what is been so far is just a myth. And I give you some macro data to support what I'm saying. First, 1% of total population owns 43% of global wealth. 1.4 billion adults around the world are still unbanked. When I say unbanked, I'm meaning with no saving account whatsoever. And so, if you narrow our research to a European context, just 60% of European households basically have their total wealth in saving account performing 1.5% APY. So the myth of financial freedom is immediately blocked here. And honestly, that's why we created KLEOS, that we are going to speak more broadly and more in deep at a later stage. We want to focus now on the traditional finance and what the traditional finance, of course, did for this, for the myth of financial freedom. What actually happened is that banks and hedge funds were just built to accommodate the 1%, of course. Banks are giving to savers, to retail savers, 1.5% APY, while inflation in the Eurozone from ECB data research is around 2.2, 2.3%. So the thing is that retail savers are consistently losing money. Retail savers are continuously losing purchasing power. And the problem becomes even higher, and it's an even more problematic view in emerging markets. Now, so the traditional finance give us the dream of safety, but without giving us the dream of access. So safety, but not access. Then we had DeFi, came in DeFi, and DeFi was actually a fresh of breath air for everyone, allowing us with a wallet access to all different DeFi protocols, and so all different investment plans. And the DeFi protocols were reaching staggering numbers in 2022 when basically we had deposit in DeFi protocols of around $200 billion. But then, of course, in 2022, Luna happened, FTX happened, and so the distrust caused by these two crashes, of course, bring these numbers below $50 billion in the same year, in 2022. So one of the reasons, of course, was the crash of FTX and Luna, but at the same time, retail investors, following a Binance research in 2024, are going away from DeFi protocols and DeFi platforms because of poor UX, and also caused by they really don't know what they are investing in most of the times. 46% is a big number, and of course, the market and the DeFi world is trying to go back to what was the original AUM in 2022. But at the same time, when you, of course, spend a lot of years to build trust, trust can be broken in 1 second. And so I have a few past relationships that say that for sure. And the thing is that one big pro regarding the DeFi was the access and the accessibility, and so the democratization of the access of these investment plans for everyone. So the traditional finance offer us safety, or call it like fake safety, but no access. And the DeFi gave us access, but no safety. That's why I think, and we created KLEOS, in order to merge the safety of the traditional finance and the access of the DeFi protocols. We can't have a true financial freedom without both of these aspects. And that's why KLEOS was created by me and Joe. And KLEOS was created as a platform to merge these two elements and to offer to the users a sleek interface, a good UX, and finally to democratize access to highly sophisticated, highly institutional grade investment strategies through the connection of crypto hedge funds to our platform. So what we did basically, we went to numerous hedge funds in the crypto space, like 9blocks, Moonwalker, Rockaway, Jellycy, just to name a few, and we onboarded them and we gave them the minimum capital entry requirement that was needed in order to create different investment plans in the app. And we are giving, for the first time ever, the possibility to the investors to access those plans with no minimal capital entry requirement. So basically, the minimum capital entry requirement for all these funds are around 250 to 1 million. And of course, all these 99% of retail savers were cut off, of course, from these strategies and were stuck with their saving with their saving plan with 1.5% performances on APY. So with continuously losing money on a yearly basis. How we structure KLEOS and how we thought about KLEOS in terms of key pillars that we wanted to tackle. So first, simplicity. So as I said, a very user-friendly interface, UX, and a frictionless onboarding process. You actually can do the KYC with us, opening an account in less than 3 minutes. You just need like classic proof of residence, like a photo and a passport and a document, an ID document. But more than this, you will receive, for the first time ever, the investment plans, and plus you will have the chance to spend the profits made with this investment plan through a partnership that we made with Visa. So we're issuing also debit card, Visa debit card. So our idea and the ecosystem that we are building is actually a whole ecosystem where the user can save, can invest, and ultimately can spend in the very same day without waiting like longer period of time that the hedge fund industry usually force them to. Another layer that we use that I think is paramount importance for us is the banking infrastructure, because this is a product that, as I told you, wants to be a bridge between the two worlds, the traditional finance and the DeFi. So we are giving to our customers also a European IBAN, an LT IBAN, so a Lithuanian IBAN, where they can actually deposit, fiat, of course, and then inside the app they can convert and ultimately invest in the crypto hedge fund investment plans that we are building for them. We are going to actually create 3 different plans at first in order to satisfy all the risk appetite. We are going to have a smart yield product that will be up to 6% in APY in order to really fight the inflation that we have in the Eurozone. And then we are going to have 2 different plans, let's call it a medium and an alpha plan, that are going to satisfy, of course, investors with more risk appetite, blending strategies with market neutral strategies and directional alpha that are provided, of course, always by this institutional grade hedge fund in the crypto space. So I think that going back to financial freedom topic, I think that financial freedom is real just when you have, just when you gave to millions the possibility of use what once was a privilege and to transform a privilege in a collective right. That's what we want to do. Hi. That's what we want to do with all our new users. And that's why we are launching KLEOS. Now, I leave the mic to Joe, that is, of course, my big friend and KLEOS co-founder, and he will explain you more in detail how this user journey works and how the interface works. Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. I'll try to be quite fast so we can leave a little bit of space for a Q&A in case. As Edo just mentioned, we try to start like how we can combine the essence of the two words between the safety and the access. This is was our starting point and how we create all our infrastructure. With a mission to democratize the access to alternative investment strategies, making the institutional grade solution available to everyone. Our mission is becoming the Homo Smart Money, where the money works for you. At the same time, it is surrounded by a full infrastructure for, in our opinion, sort of mass adoption. Imagine to have a crypto-enabled Euro IBAN, which is connected to the crypto world, a wallet where you can obviously store and manage your digital assets, a Visa card, debit card for your daily expenses, and yield engine that allow you to have access to this asset class. So in a nutshell, this is how the infrastructure is composed. As mentioned, the crypto-enabled Euro IBAN, the wallets, Visa card, and then automatic yield engine. So imagine this is the starting where we say we need to introduce this safety, where if we like to target most of retail that currently have not are not familiar with the crypto space, wallet or everything, but they want to get access in this. So we introduced the IBAN, which is enabled first to deposit, transfer, or do payments in the euro, or in the future also other fiat currencies. But in this way, allow you to seamless convert and swapping internally crypto to fiat. Wallet is connected to the infrastructure, so you can swap internally. We start the idea to have only USDC, just because in the regulatory environment, we deploy USDC in the investment, but we already allow users to use other digital assets, so you can deposit Ethereum or other, so it's not only USDC. We partner Visa since the beginning. We present the project in last October, and we enter in their fintech program. And essentially, you have a debit Visa card connected, so you yield in USDC, and you can spend everywhere in the world in where Visa essentially is accepted. We designed 3 types of card: the base, which is for most everyday expenses, with the premium, which include more features, and the last one, which is a black in metal, that is by invitation only and is based on the investment sites and the this is the real core feature of KLEOS. The part of infrastructure that gets you access to the institutional grade strategies. Essentially, we select crypto hedge funds through due diligence, investment committee, all the process. Currently, to invest in a crypto hedge funds, minimum Cayman is 100K, Luxembourg 125K, so not accessible to retail or to everyone. Also to understanding where they are. We bring this and we select who they can be the best in class and put on an internal allocation that is included in our plans. We create 3 plans. Oh, sorry. Yeah. This is how it works in terms of process. very simple, everything in the app. You scroll and select and explore one of the plan based on the risk parameters, return expectation, and everything. You select and invest in USDC. This is for regulatory purpose. And once you invest in USDC, obviously you can then track and manage anytime. In terms of flow, you can see that all the fiat, which is covered by our bank infrastructure, goes into the conversion before the investment. And that's how basically institutional grade strategies are selected. So we have access to strategies that today retailers cannot have access or exposure. Yeah, I'll try to be very fast. So in terms of earning plan, we create three that we think that it's the, how can I say, how today high net worth have exposure. Smart yield, because today people in general in traditional bank just have 1-2% in terms of saving accounts. We create a smart yield where it's mostly composed by tokenized instruments like governmental bills, and the rest for crypto hedge funds for the rest of the allocation. Then the second one, it's a blend between a market neutral and directional strategies. All are provided by only regulated crypto hedge funds. The second one is essentially giving the better risk, better return, just maintaining the risk exposure under control. And the third one, it's more on the opportunistic directional strategy and the market neutral. We start term of financial freedom and philosophy mentioning that we like to build wealth, maintaining and accumulating time by time, not get rich or free scheme like that. Also, try to have to everyone accessible through an app the same tools or asset class that currently are only for high net worth individual. And obviously, we saw in terms of position our major trends where there are approximately 11.5 trillion in European deposits that are making no return. So this is a big opportunity, also a growing market for the wealth and investment app. At the same time, there is a gap between the savings, traditional, and the hedge fund that are definitely performing, but no one has access. We're targeting to launch in a few weeks. Everything is ready, so we'll start collecting joining list, and if anyone is more than welcome to provide feedbacks or partnering or understanding something more. So we close saying that in terms of democratization and positioning, our real concept of freedom and financial inclusion is that we want to bring to everyone the power of institutional investing through this kind of strategy and asset class exposure with the freedom to earn and spend every day with a Visa and our Happen infrastructure. Thank you. I tried to be very quick because otherwise there was no space. Take that.
Sure. I should stay or I can sit? So my question is regarding like trust, because it seems that this is a centralized application, and how you can make sure that you will not like scam or.
Say again.
How does you know that you're not a scam that they can trust?
Yes.
Yeah. Everything is regulated. So first of all, the deposit on the fiat is clearly under an EMI. Crypto part is under a regulated custodian, and we also partner a VASP for the custody part. And the third, the investment are not managing by us directly, but only through regulated ones. So depositor in safety. Obviously, it's if something happened to the custodian, but you are technically covered. Same thing on the crypto custodian and on the investment side.
I would say also that as a custodian, we're using Xtrust, and as a crypto infrastructure, we're using, of course, also Fireblocks. So this is the regulatory framework.
Can I have another question?
Of course.
And what about, do you have any internal tool to see the statements? Because I'm asking because of the taxes. So, I mean, each user should have such access, I think.
Yes, we are partnering with a company that is called NAV Consulting, and that is providing all the basically results. It's showing all the results in the app to the user regarding his investment. Of course, one thing that we didn't say regarding the investments is also that we are limiting to basically zero the minimal capital entry requirement, but we are also limiting the lockup period, because usually you have a 12-month lockup period as an industry standard in the crypto hedge fund space, but in the hedge fund space in general, I think. We are doing the first plan, the Smart TL plan, with just a 48 hours liquidity. So you can invest in the plan, and after 48 hours, you have your cash back on your account. The second plan is going to be a 3 months lockup, and the third plan, the directional alpha, is going to be a 6 months lockup plan. But still, we are trying to be very user-friendly. We are trying to cut the lockup period down to maximum we can, and we agreed that with the funds. Any more question?
Thank you. So I got a couple of questions, but I'll start with the first one. What was the decision behind USDC and not ETHWarsaw, since you are providing Euro IBANs?
Yes, at first, this is more for Giovanni, but at first we were building this USDC framework because we are official partner with Visa, and Visa is building, and they are giving a USDC settlement card for Europe. And so based on that assumption, we started this process as a USDC native infrastructure. But at this stage, we are also thinking to open two different stablecoin.
It's also a point of adoption. It's more adopted, obviously, USDC, and the crypto hedge funds at the moment are accepting more USDC than USC. But it's clearly something that we have to include once the adoption become higher in the USC, for sure.
Got it. Do you have like a beta live already that people can go and sign up and test?
Yeah. So essentially, it's going live within the next few weeks. But who likes to have a test flight or something like that? Absolutely, yes, we can.
Okay.
IBAN and wallet is already active. We are waiting for basically card going in production, but we are starting with virtual card nonetheless. We are already tokenizing the cards in order for you to, of course, add it to your wallet, and the funds are already onboarded. So we are already generating profits with our money that we had to basically commit to the funds. But the app is going to be launched, I think, at the end of the month. We are going to be to Korean Blockchain Week. We're going to be to Token 2049. So we are doing the full Asia swing, and the app will be live during Token 2049 already. So it's our idea to launch it just a week before 2049.
Nice. So just a quick follow-up on the same question as the guy had earlier. Why not go for account abstraction and make it non-custodial? Because you could facilitate all of what you guys are doing and have a non-custodial part.
It is.
So it's non-custodial?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
It is. Yeah. Was the best way to, also to get to more where also the digital asset world is going. So yeah.
I mean, that just creates more trust.
Of course.
Oh, no more questions for me.
No. But we try to get in this term of safety everything on each element, like banking, as you mentioned, the wallet, non-custodial investment. So everything that on when there's some risk for the users, we are it's easy to mitigate on and address the answer.
Awesome.
Yeah, we really believe that financial freedom, as I was telling before, is really a blend. Is a bridge between safety and access. But we really focus on these two major points. And the structure is pretty eclectic. It's not your ordinary structure, because we are coming from a traditional finance background. KLEOS Capital first was an hedge fund. We were trying to already democratize the access to traditional hedge fund strategies, because we created an AMC listed in Vienna Stock Exchange, where the minimum capital entry requirement was 10K. Unfortunately, when we were trying to distribute this product, retail investors couldn't access to that product, just professional investors. And so that's why we realized that in order to have full access, you really need to think outside of the wall and create something that basically an infrastructure that wasn't there before. And so that's why we created this.
Right.
Thank you so much, guys.